Et yo les gens, c'est SkyWhait, on se retrouve pour une toute vidéo sur The Elder Scrolls 5. On va continuer le DLC Maids, description tout. Charger, clic, clic et clic. Donc c'est parti, on se retrouve du coup pour le 7ème épisode de ce mode DLC qui est plutôt sympa. Avec la petite musique du bar du Sahel. Enfin du Valhalla, pardon. Nous revoilà du coup dans le jeu. Est-ce que Matari a prévu de s'adresser aussi à la bataille?
Excessive? I don't think it's excessive. Alright, we'll talk again real soon.
Je crois qu'on lui avait déjà parlé, mais on ne sait jamais. Fais voir si je vais dans l'autre bâtiment. Donc voilà, ça fait un petit moment que j'ai pas joué. Chaque jour, je dépense le PIB du Yémen. On va aller un peu dans le Sahel.
Eh bien.
Oh!
Je peux vous aider? Salutations.
There you are, the woman I've been looking for.
Talia!
Sit down, have a drink. After what happened back at the bridge, you deserve one. No, thank you.
Bah merci bien.
If you hadn't been there, we wouldn't have gotten out of there alive. Stay around and we can talk. Or go check out the dancers, if you're into that.
Oh, la musique est incroyable. Ah ouais, t'es en scène, donc là c'est vraiment le Valhalla.
Not into the dancers? I don't blame you. They're not Ashen after all.
Je comprends pas pourquoi le pavé qui disait que les employés est comme un
I think Matari came up with a plan, but it makes strategic sense in a way. If you had a secret army, where would you keep it? In an isolated location where an adventurer would eventually stumble across? Or beneath a lively and ethically questionable stronghold where no one would bother looking? Hey, we don't look so bad when we became elders. Would you believe that I'm 46? No. As for non-Ashens, they have it a little harder. Being a siren is a lifelong commitment, so when they've lost their beauty, they become scouts and field agents. It isn't so bad if you think about it. You live the rest of your life outside after spending the majority stuck in the palace. See ya! Bye.
Oh, je peux vous aider?
Oui.
Well, well, we meet again, old friend.
Oh bro!
What do you
Qu'est-ce que tu
think?
fais ici?
The beer, the women, my kind of place. You're here for the same reason, right? Come on, you can tell your old pal. Just looking around doesn't cut it. They'll suck you right in, kid. Before you know it, I'll see you coming down from the second floor with a grin on your face. Hey, what time is it? Ah, shoot. We both know how time flies when you're drinking. I still haven't checked out the girls upstairs. I'm loaded with gold and ready to party with each and every single one of them at once. You still have my staff, don't you? How about you go out and cause some mischief? When you're done, we can both head on up. You and me teamed up again, just like old times. Only this time, we'll both be sober enough to enjoy the ride.
C'est tout.
Idée.
Quel fou furieux. Ah ouais, c'est là-haut l'étage super. Palais Foria disponible. Indisponible dans la version courte. Oh non, non. Mais attends quoi, j'ai pas la version totale, qu'est-ce que c'est que cette merde? Est-ce que je l'ai pas encore accès actuellement? Pourquoi j'ai pas accès? Faudrait que je me renseigne.
Je peux vous aider?
Faudrait que je me renseigne parce que parce que si j'ai pas la version complète de Maids et tout ça va pas le faire.
Hey, what's on your mind? I believe in you.
Je sais pas, tu me... Ok, Gatti.
Mistress, it's not what it looks like. No, I need to act more surprised.
Finally, we've been standing here all
Yep.
day practicing.
Il a tué à l'arrêt.
Mission.
Dis-moi
This
quoi.
is going to be so much fun. The comedy, the love, the blood. Did I
Ça
spoil
te
the
dit de me dire ce qu'on va
ending?
faire.
Sorry. Forget I said blood, okay? Okay, so don't be embarrassed. Just say yes or no. Have you read the last Argonian Maid? Have you? Great, so I don't have to give you all
Ouais.
the details. What we're going to do is reenact the last Argonian Maid for one very lucky man.
Ah, mais j'aimerais quand même que tu m'expliques, parce que je l'ai lu, mais c'était un petit moment quand même. Femme de chambre argonienne. En gros, c'est quoi? C'était un gars qui bandait sur sa femme de chambre qui était argonienne.
What? She's dead? Oh, scratch one siren and ship her home. I did not. Alarai was pretty good for a siren mage. Why would I send her to her grave on purpose? Every siren counts in this world, you know. But you know what's funny? She was living the sirens anyway, so in the end, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. There is no such thing as a future for a siren that leaves the order. Their place is here with the rest of us. If she left, she would have come crawling back. Blah blah blah. For such a cute girl, you talk too much. Okay, so don't be embarrassed. Just say, don't you read? It's one of the best plays around. It's about an Argonian maid and her master. They get into some juicy predicaments involving a spear and a loaf. Do I need to go on, or do you get the hint? What we're going to do is reenact the last Argonian maid for one very lucky man, Crunchy's Colto. If you had read the play, you would. It's the name of the character that has the affair with his lovely maid. The man we're seeing isn't the real Crantis. That's just a fictional character. What we're meeting is an obsessed fan of the play that named himself after the gentleman. Crantis just so happens to be a top purity commander. Why not kill two birds with one stone? We have fun and hit purity where it hurts. Literally. The titular maid does her thing, right when Crantis isn't expecting it. Wham!
Alors ça marche avec Grace qui joue le rôle.
Think you can handle it, Grace?
Yes, mistress. I am happy to serve.
Are you in character or out? It's so hard to tell with you. All that's missing now is your outfit. Close your eyes, come on. Now, if that's not Crass's curious definition of Lixra tale, then I don't know what is. Grace, you look amazing.
Why, thank you, mistress. It was so kind of the Golden Maidens to provide us such a wonderful outfit.
Yeah, smells like them too. Remind me to tell them to stop bathing in snowberry perfume. Now that you're looking the part, it's time to venture to his cottage, southeast of Markarth and east of Dushnichiao. The pervert has hauled himself up and is waiting for Purity to call him back into the service. You know the drill, Lixra. Act all submissive, lower his guard, and slice him up. Mission success.
Yes, ma'am. Master will not lay another hand on me.
Hey, you're welcome to give him a happy ending. But if you insist. As for you, Commander, we'll talk some more once we get there, since I know you're dying to ask questions, like always. We'll meet outside his cottage. No rush. I'll find some way to entertain myself while I wait. I have a sexy maid with me after all.
We must hurry to Crantius' shack.
Look at your map. You'll know where it is.
Ok. Ce n'est pas une histoire d'argent, ce savoir-faire n'a pas de prix. Déjà tout petit, on me l'avait déjà dit. Tu vois comme cri?
You are cleared to enter.
D'avoir une petite sauvegarde.
You must speak with Freya so we may continue.
We're here. Oh, lift her tail. Remember to say hi to your master. Right when you break his heart. Look at her wag that tail. Prentice better treat her right. So, we're alone. Just the way I like it.
Ça va ou quoi?
That's
Est-ce que
between the two of
marcher avec
us.
Grâce a prévu de le
I
faire?
can tell you one thing. Don't be surprised if she stays in there quite a while. Interrogations are
Elle va interroger pour
boring.
tous, hein.
Besides, we already know everything there is to know.
Donc, vous voulez toute information peut aider
Not
d'abord.
really. All that matters is the location of Purity's headquarters. Maybe we found out where it is. Maybe Matari has something to say after Pazaroth is retaken. Who knows? Oh, but enough about that. Let's talk about you. So why do you think I brought you here? You have no role in this mission. Do you think you're only here so I can admire your beauty? Nailed it.
Ouais.
You're a hard person to get a hold of, Commander. Always running around doing missions for a little pay. What you need is a vacation with me. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I've been curious about something. When you first came here, you hardly knew what the whole war was about. You were with that one girl, Kasia. So, are you two friends? Enemies? Lovers? Or someone that you have fun with on the side? We all need someone to take our frustrations out of. Does she rub you the wrong way? Then hit her. And when you do, she'll hate you. She'll still follow you. Because you're all she has. What I do with my students is my business. Very, very personal business. But we can make it our own if you let me show you. Hey, look. Grant is expecting visitors. That's not according to plan. Hi, Rose. You waiting for Crantius too?
Yes. He's not home?
Oh, he's home. He's just busy entertaining a guest. Those women must cost him a fortune, huh?
Oh, how foul. Can't. Wait a minute. It's you. Stendara above, grant me the strength to vanquish this nemesis.
You're a jaunty one. Come on, let's dance.
Vigie du fait de la mort de notre conservateur, je vous ai choisi pour la remplacer pour trouver notre ancien frère François Joseph. Assurez-vous qu'il n'y ait aucune abomination sur la si c'est le cas, organisation enfin pour ami, pour attaquer sa maison. Ce standard, c'est avec vous. Okay.
Sorry about that. Now, where were we? Probably because we're old friends of Crantius.
Non, mais c'est nice.
I'll get to the point. Me and Crantius were together. For a month. It wasn't serious, but... I guess that's out of the bag. Okay, maybe he wasn't purity, but you know what? He was pretty bad. So bad that the vigilance kicked him out for blasphemy and lewd misconduct. The things he did to me. Let's hope Stendar wasn't watching. We stopped seeing each other. He started seeing other women. and I got jealous. Technically, it's not personal when Matari grants you permission to use siren assets. You and Grace.
Cette mission est totalement inutile, une perte de temps, il faut qu'on se concentre sur le projet français.
Like I said, you needed a vacation. Fighting purity gets dull if that's all you plan on doing while working with the sirens. Hey, looks like she's finished. Now excuse me while I bring down his house.
His death was swift. He did not suffer. He died with a smile.
That's the end of that for my old flame. Get it? Like what?
Pourquoi vous êtes comme ça? Comme vous êtes.
Enjoy it because I'm
Vous
bored.
pouvez dire juste que vous êtes.
I want to see this dull world brought to life. And frankly, I love seeing wholesome things run through the mud. There is nothing more innocent than a maid. So if they can fall as far as to become the playthings of a sexual deviant like Grantius, that's all the entertainment I need. What do you think? And that is exactly the type of thinking that makes this place so drab in comparison to my world. Now, are we done making the subject deeper than it needs to be? It's just what I like to call fun. That's the plan. Oh, you need to go see Matari. She wants to talk to you about the upcoming battle. Hope you don't intrude on her during one of her meetings. Her golden maidens. You don't think they go into her meditation chamber just to talk, do you? You seriously cannot be that naive. I know the leader in the golden maidens better than anyone else. But let's not judge them based on their hobbies. They're mine too. Go if you're so impatient. Grace and I walk at our own pace to enjoy the scenery and admire the suffering, like old Grantius in there.
Voilà, malade. Prendre un truc pur et le foutre dans la boue. Si quelqu'un peut prendre une servante et la faire baiser par un gros porc. Là, ça va pas mal le bordel en fait. Là, c'est avec Matari, là.
It's a pleasure.
Je peux vous aider?
I'll get back to my duties.
Go ahead. Return safely.
Putain, il y en a du chemin à faire, waouh. Savant de wine.
Our mistress requires our full attention.
No time to chat. It's working time.
I must concentrate on our lovely mistress.
Ah ouais, c'est une savante de wine.
Busy here.
Excuse me, darling, but we are busy.
Busy here.
It is finished then. I sensed the man known as Crantius Colter was no longer among the living. Just as I can hear the echoes of pleasure from this building's second floor, I can hear the dying voice of a man who cared for nothing but the flesh. It will likely be the last of its kind. It was a necessary favor for Freya to prevent her from being compromised. Freya is a special case. Her needs must be met so she may continue to serve Serenity's sirens effectively. As a gifted siren, it is in our best interest that she is at peace with herself and with those that seek to harm her. Crantius himself was not Freya's primary concern. It has already begun. I have relieved Trisha of her duty as battlemaster. Her strategy consisted of sending a large force to retake Pazarath. That will no longer be necessary. Instead, I am sending 3 strike teams to enter the fort from 2 different locations. The first team is yours, and the same that accompanied you to retrieve the intelligence reports. The second consists of highly trained sirens that I hope to leave permanently stationed at the fort after it is retaken. The third team may be of interest to you. It is composed of 2 sirens, Kalisa and her newest student, Kaja. Yes, with 2 other teams assisting you, this mission will be less troublesome than you may be accustomed to on your spare time. Trisha's plan would have cost us many sirens to achieve victory. We need not take such risks. However, the threat to my sirens is still there. Your strength is that of 100 warriors. You are their replacement, and as such you will be the sirens' guardian during this battle. The majority will be heroes of Nirn as usual, along with several Project Purity assassins. You will most likely encounter a new enemy there as well, Project Purity Vanguards. These vanguards are altered beasts that were once man. Their armors have fused with their skin. Expect them to be wielders of both magic and sword. Aside from their soldiers, you should expect a high-ranking Purity officer at Pazarath, Vincentius. He is an old, frightened man that should easily be disposed of if you are the first to encounter him. Also, if your reports of the incident near Snowvale Sanctum are true, then you should expect Bosca to be guarding Vincentius. If I may ask, how did you allow Bosca to escape your encounter? Why? Then pray that he hopes to exact vengeance against his masters before more sirens are lost due to his cooperation with Purity. Killing Bosca now would guarantee the destabilization of the heroes and destroy Purity's greatest weapon. There is one last thing you should know before I allow you to leave for Pazarath. Something very important that you must heed. There is a grotto atop Fort Pasarath. Vincentius will surely be near that area, given its symbolic importance to purity. In that grotto is a shrine dedicated to a spirit that perished there 200 years ago, fighting an infant version of purity. The spirit is a master of deceit. Her trickery has no bounds. She is a being that has no place in this world. She calls herself Serenity. That is true, but she follows the agenda of a caste of hypocrites and maniacs that make the Daedric Lord Sheogorath's realm seem tame in comparison. Serenity's master was a malevolent goddess. Her realm is shunned by all who have had the misfortune of meeting her. Even now, the anomalies that she carelessly unleashed upon the world during the Oblivion Crisis linger to this day. Thankfully, they are contained within Cyrodiil and pose us no inconvenience. The Pinder family has encountered her clan periodically throughout the years. Her interfering presence has only diminished with Marcus's birth. Marcus was wise in keeping Serenity's true nature a secret from the rest of the Sirens. The grotto was normally sanctioned off for security purposes when we still controlled it. The Sirens would not have been comfortable knowing that the being of love and peace, as they were led to believe, was actually a vengeful spirit guarding their roof. All of that should be reason enough for you, Commander, to not believe in Serenity's lies, no matter how shocking or appealing they may be to believe. It is time for you to go. The Golden Maidens and I will continue our battle meditation, so our concentrated energy may flow through your sirens during combat. The fall of Fort Pasarath will mark the beginning of the end for Project Purity. When you return victoriously, I will make my long-awaited speech to all of Serenity's sirens in the armory. Now go and fight with honor. I will be watching over you.
Non, parce qu'elle est vraiment toute petite, hein. Et à moi. À la suite de l'abduction de mon prédécesseur et autour de... L'obscurité et le dégoût. On va aller faire un tour à Johnstead juste pour voir ce que Cassia pense de nous actuellement. Après, c'est vraiment que la guerre. Hein. C'est on peut pas voir. Il est super. On va peut-être pas les attaquer du coup. Là, je les attaquerai quand j'aurai... quand je serai avec une armure plus solide que celle-là.
Don't worry, we have your back.
Just like old times, eh? Yeah, but it was a big, memorable one when we got to the bridge. This one is going to be 10 times as bad. We're ready, are you?
Hey, thought you might be needing this. It's going to get nasty in there. Good luck.
Roll torn!
Je me disais, il y a des gens, mais je me disais, on est nombreux. Je me disais, putain, on est nombreux au bataillon, mais...
I would have warned you. I'm sorry.
Averti.
Repulsive is all I can say. Freya used you, and walks with grace for her personal agenda, whatever that may have been. And the one before that was just as bad. Freya's interference placed you and Alare in great danger. You were fortunate to have gotten out of that ambush alive.
Là, il est mort.
Trisha's plan involved more brute force, which may have been just as bad. But this one relies on entirely one person. You. Kasha joining us on this mission is completely unexpected, and something that Marcus would never have approved of. Especially since she won't be under your personal protection. Unless you believe in giving Kasha moral support, there is nothing. Her life is in the hands of Kalissa's team. Kalissa strongly believes in the protection of the Pinder family. She shares the same sentiments as we do. Aside from you, there is no better guardian for Kasha. We can trust her. Go ahead. We have some time before the other two teams arrive. We weren't at the palace when it happened. Melody only mentioned it in passing when she relayed Matari's orders. Besides the Golden Maidens, it seems no one was present when Trisha was relieved. What I think doesn't need to be said. You already know. That's an extreme accusation, and something you shouldn't bring up around the others. Killing is not out of the norm for the Maidens, but to kill one of their own is unheard of. Only Freya could be so callous. Which makes the implications even more disturbing. I see it too. Be on guard. There is nothing we can do to take back what we said in the past. That would not make Command happy. If I find out anything, I'll let you know. Trisha was a friend, and someone we could trust. Serenity Sirens needed her. There is one other thing we need to discuss. Serenity. Melody told us the same thing Matari told you. This being is not as good-natured as we were led to believe. I know you want to speak to her. Serenity is a holy matron, a group that has remained elusive and unknown to every siren since our order was founded by Marcus. He never told us who or what she was, only that she was a being of pure love. Our leaders sure liked to keep their secrets. So much that I've been given strict orders to prevent you from entering the Forbidden Grotto, where her spirit rests. I'm choosing to belay that order. Whether or not Serenity is as dangerous as Command is now making her out to be, she has the answers that you and I are looking for. It took some convincing, but they've agreed to accidentally ignore any attempts you make in getting to Serenity's shrine. Still, you shouldn't make it so obvious. I'm not sure if the other teams have been given the same order. In the middle of the battle, I suggest you and Kasha get to the second floor and make your way to the shrine. Things are changing back at the palace. I suspect Matari is about to make a bold move. The pieces are all aligned. Marcus is dead, and our battle master is gone. The only people left standing that control the future of Serenity Sirens are Freya, the Golden Maidens, and Matari. She may as well have been our leader, ever since Marcus began drifting away. She announced that she was our official leader to you. She's about to announce it to the rest of us. Only one way to find out. We take back Fort Pazarath and all go home. Look, they're here.
À la queue leu comme ça. Ouais.
Lilith, everyone is here. We're ready to move at the commander's order.
Understood. Our plan is to enter the fortress from the front entrance. Your team and Sasha's will enter from the back.
Do you expect them to have the gates raised?
Likely. But there is a master control within the reservoir that would lower them. When they're down, we can circle around the outer perimeter and reach the command center.
So we will regroup at the staircase leading up to the second floor. Then we terminate with Cynthius and Busta.
Yes. We'll need to make adjustments as we go if something goes wrong.
Ready then?
Ready. Stay safe, Kalisa.
As soon as you board your boat, the rest of us will follow suit. You don't need to say anything. My life belongs to the Pindor family, just like every siren should be. Focus on your mission. I will focus on keeping Kaja safe. Fight as one and we will prevail.
Je peux vous aider? Et que voulez-vous? Il vous faut quelque chose?
Now don't make us do all the work. You believe what they're making me do?
Bon, bah, petite cachette.
That's the plan, but I wish I was on your team. I know. That's why I promise I won't do anything crazy. So don't worry about me, okay? Kalisa told me that there might be. Do you think I might find my mother? Maybe I'll know just by looking at her. Or maybe some of the bodies will have something that can help identify her. Thank you. Just don't jeopardize your team by doing so. We should get back with our teams. I think we're heading out soon. I'll see you after we win, okay?
Tiens, parce que ce que j'aime bien avec elle, c'est qu'il y a plein de sujets différents et du coup je peux tellement faire de ça en mode ta gueule, sale pute, tu m'emmerdes.
Can I at least say that I wish I was on your team? Kalisa's already told me she'll do anything to keep me safe. I guess that means I'll be staying in the back of the team while they do the work. I think I'm gonna be sick. Do you think I might find my mother? Maybe I'll know just by looking at her. Of course. As long as I'm not putting anyone in danger, I'll try to look around when we make our way through the fort. We should get back with our teams. I think we're heading...
Le mec il se tape un gros -2. Par contre le va te faire enculer sale pute est formidable, j'ai l'accès.
You believe what they're making me do? Right. I'll stop. Is it because I'd hold you back?
C'est lui, là.
I think I'm gonna be... Do you think I might... Maybe I'll know just by looking at her. Or maybe... And I guess I'll be doing the searching. We should get back with our teams.
Les galères comme vous voulez, j'en ai marre de vous. Tu tapes un gros -4, ça me bloque. Oh, désolé, hein, mais je vous l'ai dit, j'adore qu'elle tester tous les trucs différents, etc.
But I wish I was on your team. I know. That's why I promise I won't do anything crazy. So don't worry about me, okay? Kalisa told me that... Do you think... Maybe I'll know just by looking at her. Thank you. Just don't jeopardize your team by doing so. We should get back with our teams. I think we're heading out soon. I'll see you after we win, okay? Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
As soon as you board your boat, the rest of us will
board
follow
our
suit.
boat when you're equipped and ready.
Fight as
Aux bataille pour vous pouvez retourner sur le continent à tout moment durant la mission. Ça risque peut-être de crash. Tiens, non. Attends, on est sûr, on est où? Ah, ok, on est juste là. Je pensais que ça allait être une nouvelle île.
If you need any potions when we're inside, let me know. I brought several spare bottles just for you.
I've studied the layout of Pazaroth for days. I'll know what's around every corner.
Yes, oui.
No one in Serenity's Sirens has ever been allowed to enter the grotto, so I have no idea what you'll find up there. The scouts reported they were on their way here a week ago. None of us have fought, but they were used during Purity's battle with the Pinders in High Rock almost 100 years ago. We know they're tough to take down and have a range of destruction spells. And they're tall, very tall. Purity built it to safeguard their history 200 years ago. They abandoned it, we found it, and now they have it again. Our turn.
This is it. There's no telling what we'll find once we're inside. No. All of us have always been stationed at Euphoria. However, Samantha has been studying old logs and gathering descriptions from those who have, so she will serve as our guide. From this point on, you're in charge of this team. Give us our orders and we will carry them out. You may want to talk to the others for advice. When you're ready, let me know so we can go through the door. Malene, open that door.
On. Stones better not explode in my face.
I am to have most of the powers of that. There's just enough in my Trust me.
It's set. Everyone stand back. As we ever had. But also doubled as the signal for the other teams to attack.
This is it! Everyone go!
Où êtes-vous? Voilà.
Mais c'est super amusant ça.
Roll or show it!
What the fuck?
Assez.
Ah, ouah, ils sont relous. Quelqu'un va m'expliquer pourquoi on a brûlé tous ces corps, elles sont mortes, pourquoi perdre notre temps et envoyer des signaux de fumée que tout Ariel peut voir le monter en haut de l'échelle. Plus d'où est-ce que ça peut ici avant-garde.
Those blue crystals aren't natural. They're the work of a mage, like Vincentius. He's a high-ranking member of Project Purity, and master of conjuration. We believe he's the one who organized the attack. Don't know how, but the intel we're getting about him is coming from the top, not the scouts. They're as hard as metal. It would take hours for us to cut through just one. We'll need to go around so we can regroup with the other teams.
Purity may have the other side better defended, since it's the only straight route to the second floor. We must hurry.
Nord whose flesh have been turned into stone. They're basically astronauts underneath the armor. How can Purity be so cruel?
Et si on en parle plus tard, ensuite. Alors je vais revenir en arrière parce qu'il y avait un petit truc en bas. Et il nous a dit un petit truc en mode je devrais attendre avant d'aller en bas.
We'll need to have someone go into the reservoir and activate the master override to lower all the gates. I brought several water-breathing potions. Which one of us should go? Understood. Here, take these 2 potions of water breathing. It's very easy to get lost in the reservoir. Use them only when you need them most. As soon as you lower the gates, we'll regroup with the other teams.
Bon, je sais pas si c'était la meilleure initiative, mais... Je ne peux plus faire ça, je ne profite pas de la gloire d'être cruel, mon esprit est plein de regards, la brutalité inutile, jusqu'à lui je m'enfuis jusqu'à lui. Non, nous avons tué des enfants aujourd'hui, ils étaient complètement innocents, ils sont morts, et nous tentons de monstre, le chef nous a ouvert les yeux, alors pourquoi ne pas le faire pour les autres? Ils méritaient au moins de mourir avec honneur, que Dieu me pardonne. Monter la garde auprès du réservoir, c'est peu probable qu'une sirène passe nos premières défenses, mais il vaut mieux être prudent. 3 avant-gardes vous accompagnent dans les offices, il manque totalement de vie, on n'a pas pu survivre à plus grand. qu'il méritait au moins de mourir avec honneur.
Now's your chance. Protect Kasha and get to the upper floors. The rest of us will fight off any additional reinforcements.
Au siège, j'ai obtenu d'autres informations pour lui porter concernant Panara, tout le temps où il était sous contrôle des sirènes, pas grand chose, mais les révélateurs marquaient qu'une terre était tout à fait au courant du fort. Mais il ne souhaitait pas dévoiler la présence, puis je continuais les sirènes. De base, avant de se faire sur toutes les choses proposées par un peu de qualité, c'est de regarder la place surface et sûr que je peux dire si j'ai de la base pour regarder le plus de de toute façon, on ne dit pas que les sirènes qui fait quelqu'un plus fort pour le fort, les seules armes qu'elles possédaient étaient celles qu'ils portaient autour de les sirènes étaient les deux qui sont en guerre. Pour les porter, je ne peux pas voir que Marcus est essentiel à abandonner avec la pour prendre balle. Ouais, elle est morte, Cassia. Apparemment, le niveau, je sais pas, la sirène, c'est comme ça, c'est une dame, je vais dire. Ouais, donc apparemment, elle est morte. J'espère que c'était scripté. C'est triste. Je pense que ça l'était, hein, il y a quand même beaucoup d'ennemis.
Je peux vous aider? Je peux vous aider?
Hein?
What, tu te
Corpses. Purity is going to pay for this.
I only see some of the bodies, burnt by flame Atronachs.
Those sons of bitches got
But
Calissa.
where are the others?
Kill them. Kill them all. Those sons of bitches got Calissa. Kill them. Kill them all.
Oh god, they got Kalisa. They got her. We'll make it through this.
La pauvre.
I don't know. She was right behind me.
Que s'est-il passé?
Where are we going? From Serenity? But they closed off the grotto. We aren't allowed.
Ouais, faut qu'on pense.
Okay.
Ok, et si j'avais dit d'autres trucs?
What? Where are we going?
Et vous ouvrons aussi si vous voulez ne pas balancer le nom ou...
Where can we go? They could be anywhere.
Mais vous respirez
From
un peu,
Serenity, but they closed off the grotto. We aren't allowed.
Là,
okay.
Now's your chance. Protect Kasha and get to the upper floors. The rest of us will fight off any additional reinforcements.
Mais d'accord qu'ils vont vouloir me tuer.
Now's your chance. Protect Kasha and get to the upper floor. The rest of us will fight off any additional reinforcements.
Told you she wouldn't be easy to kill.
No matter. Fate isn't so kind to those that have fulfilled that destiny as foretold by the Elder Scrolls. All it takes is the right circumstance. It's her! Man, attack!
We can't let...
I told you she wouldn't be easy to kill.
No matter. Fate isn't. It's her! Man, attack!
I told you she wouldn't be easy to kill.
No matter, fate isn't so kind to those that have fulfilled their destiny as foretold by the Elder Scrolls. All it takes is the right circumstance for her to fall. We will kill her.
And you'll be doing it without my heroes.
Consider our actions retribution for your incompetence at Jonestead.
I wasn't aware she was more than just a guardian that Marcus hired.
But you did when you met her inside Salut, Vincent. Your admiration for this woman has proven you to be an incapable leader. Thus I am denying your request to transport the cargo from the island to Innocence.
So you deny one thing that can defend your home and defeat the Sirens? How does that make you any better than I?
Simple. We actually have a plan. Our alchemists have made a breakthrough in our project. It's only a matter of time before we reveal it to you. And when we do, you'll be given the opportunity to use it.
And if I don't want any part of your plan, what happens?
Then your request stays denied.
Fine, but it better be good.
Believe me, come on. It will be. Now, shouldn't you be fighting alongside your warriors?
What warriors? They're all dead. I'm leaving.
What? But you can't. She's on her way up here.
I have no stake here. Your purity assassins mean nothing to me. Enjoy yourself, Vincentius.
Cowardly piece of filth. You too. God! It's her! Men, attack!
Putain mais oh! Mes fils, nous avons longtemps attendu ce moment dès que le jour où je vous ai parlé en tant que nouveau chef, on soit nous la guerre, en fait, ce moyen de l'expression dans le bon sens qui traînait, c'est une chose qui a raconté.
Look around you. What do you see? The victims of a cause gone too far, or the sacrifices that the world demands.
How can you do this? You're a monster.
I wasn't talking to you. Tell me, Commander. Make me understand your point of view. What do you want?
La paix.
Wrong? In what way? Are you still under the impression that we're responsible for nearly 200 years of suffering of this poor girl's family? Things have changed. A gap of lost history and information lies between the Oblivion crisis and the present. You have no idea what we have gone through to be here today. Brutality against who? The Sirens or... Disgusting to look at, yes. But their bodies had to be burned to ensure that they can't be used for more nefarious purposes. They wouldn't have suffered as long as they surrendered. Unfortunately, none of them did. We had no choice. You bring that up for good reason. It seems like another attack on the Pinder family, but it is so much more. We're done with the master plan of slowly prodding the beast until it bites back. That was done decades ago. Marcus' death was a statement, the first of many. Consider it mercy killings, if you will. This is war. They fight for the enemy, they die. There is no easier way around the issue. To turn them against their mistress is something that would require time, and time is a dying commodity. Not anymore. I'm sorry, child. You are among the Sirens now. Like them, it's too late for you. She could have died in peace with us, Commander. There was no need to drag her into war. Asked in ignorance. The two of you so foolish to get involved in something that has escalated past a rivalry between two clans. This war is no longer about the Penders. Consider it mercy killings, if you will. This is war. They fight for the enemy, they die. There is no easier way around the issue. The truth is infinite. To grasp it is to lose yourself to the darkness and to know that everything that you see happening before you is a lie. I don't know what you hope to gain, but so be it. Ask. The truth is, can you? Who do you think you are? A scholar? A priest? A king? A warrior? A god? All men and women of all walks of life have tried to understand the truth. Glimpsing into the fold of an Elder Scroll pales in comparison to what we know. To know the truth is to lose yourself to the void. Your mind would not survive. You are beyond help. You're stuck in this narrow belief. You think that what you're fighting, this Matari, can be won by physical strength or verbal threats. Words cannot sway her. Knowledge will not scare her. Only defiance. That is what we're doing. A crude way of putting it. But yes, that is exactly what it is. But it is the only way. To die free is far better than to be playthings for sick and maniacal purposes. At least that way, the beast can die. There is no reason to live if you can't find bliss. And for her, bliss is the only reason she can't exist. plan is simple. There is no grandiose device that will mark the end of all living beings on Earth. It will be unleashed quietly and without warning. The nature of the weapon is quite contrary to the enemy we're facing, beyond mortal comprehension. Of course, I won't tell you what it is, because that would be absurd on my part. It's our only hope, after all. I speak like a man who has no reason to live, not as long as she's alive. The being that chose to attack us rather than guide us out of madness. You have learned more from me than you can from her. She chooses who she speaks to. She hasn't said a word to me, a sign that she is still as emotional as the rest of her clan. She has learned nothing in the time she has spent in solitude. If you want to sift through a disregard for lesser beings, be my guest. It's obvious one of her kind has already spoken to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stopped to ask me questions about Matari. I die. You won the battle today by your presence alone. A shame, since Bezeroth could have been the site of 2 major defeats for the Sirens. Instead, it was a victory won by a pitiful, dull display of swords and shields. Don't you grow tired of it? The killing? Then let us be the ones to do it. We will be the last. There is no point in fighting. You've already won. There's so much trouble left to be had if you do not let us finish our plan. Do it. Kill me.
Là, je le fais parce que quand même je veux pas les sans. Je suis pas d'accord avec leur façon de penser. Je suis pas d'accord avec le. Si je comprends, ils ont l'air d'être intelligents et tout, mais.
Serenity.
He had my sword. That Argonian had my sword. You just missed him. He climbed the scaffolds and jumped. Know him? That's me. And what's your name?
Ouais, je le connais.
So do I. Pull up a rock and sit down because we need to talk.
You and the Purity
Man weren't friends. You might be someone I can trust, or you might not. Let's find out. Why don't you start from the beginning and tell me who you are and what you're doing? Oh, well, things have changed so much. It's not good. 103 years since I was abandoned here. Until today, I haven't spoken to anyone. Strange people have come and gone through this grotto for the past decade. I hear what they say, but without context. I never understood until now. It's all coming together. The missing chapter has been found, and Matari is the writer. I make no promises, but before we get to that point, you must be given a history lesson. 200 years ago, I destroyed the hist tree planted at this very spot. That you already know. What you don't know is that the Pinder family became the target of retribution for my act of aggression. At the time, we thought it was a case of mistaken associations. The Pinder twins that were poisoned by Purity's arrow sap served as housemaids for the champion of Cyrodiil.
If it weren't for them, the champion would have never discovered the existence of Project Purity or my people. The champion was instrumental in allowing me to destroy the Tree of Temptation. Yes, we fought side by side in this grotto until I had to make my sacrifice to destroy the tree. We parted too soon. If only she were still around so you could see her in battle. Her prowess was enough to move even an orc to tears. Anyway, all was quiet for almost 4 decades. For my sacrifice, my soul merged with my creator's. Everything she saw, I saw. I was alive and I could see events unfold and spiral into chaos. When Purity began attacking the Pinder family, we thought it was due to the fog of war caused by the champion's interference many years before. If only it was so simple.
So this all started because of you. If you hadn't destroyed the Hiss tree, my family wouldn't have gotten involved in this war.
I'm so sorry. The tree was an evil abomination. It had to be destroyed. The Pinders were simply at the wrong place at the wrong time. If they hadn't found the champion in time, things would have become very, very unpleasant on Nern. Through their suffering, they gave your world hope. So we honored them. As the Shadow War dragged on between Purity and the Pinders, we provided a select few with shelter and training. The family came to call my people holy matrons, for we had become their mothers. Despite all the losses the Pinder family endured, they survived. We watched with sorrow and pride. Like any mother, we wanted to constantly protect them, but we couldn't. We are creatures that are shunned in your world, and for good reason. We walk a fine line between love and lust. Our existence must be kept secret to all but the chosen. Things went smoothly for 100 years. Then something happened that no one could have predicted. Our connection to the Pinders and to the world was severed. For 2 years the world was dark. My soul was expunged from my spiritual mother, the goddess. My soul flung back here as a grand insult by fate. The shrine the matrons were building for me had been abandoned. I feared the worst. For 100 years I thought they were all dead. Until finally, today you tell me that they might still live. An observer came to you, a holy matron. Yes, but everything you're telling me has a common element that only I can recognize. I don't need to know Serenity Sirens to say that I don't consider their name flattering. They're using it as a front. I saw strange women walk into this grotto 10 years ago. 4 ashen, 1 red-guard. It would have been so easy to speak to them, but I didn't need to. I knew each and every single one of them. New people, but part of the same exclusive club as the previous 5. They crave pleasure just like the holy matrons, only they follow a very different philosophy from a different mother. Matari. That's a name I've never heard before until today.
C'est on the way de la bataille.
In a way.
C'est pas logique, vous parlez n'importe quoi.
But you do know her.
To know someone and to know of someone are 2 different things. My people's history is a long and troubled one. You can say it was shaped by what we're calling Matari.
Your people fought Matari?
Long ago. We failed because we thought she could be beaten into submission. My sword was used against her. It worked temporarily. She came back. You see, you can't win against Matari through physical means. It's a mental battle. Your dreams are just the beginning. You've yet to experience even her weakest methods of manipulation.
Can she be stopped?
No.
There has to be a way.
Oh, I was afraid of this. No one wants to be told they're going to die the next day. As major as it gets. It's a difficult concept to explain, that nothingness. Hard to comprehend. It would make my head hurt if I still had one. But that's what will happen when she wins. Everything will cease to exist except for her, but it must happen when she chooses for it to happen. Otherwise, she wouldn't survive. Which brings me to Purity's plan. What do you think of it? Good idea? To kill everyone before she can? There is another plan. You can do what my people have been doing for thousands of years. You can just let things unfold and enjoy yourself. Live life how you want it to be lived. Oh, it will take you places if you choose to keep going. I wouldn't blame you if you decide to turn back, but remember, there is always a point of no return. At last, there's this new plan proposed by the Observer. As I said, I make no assumptions, so I will only tell you this. There will be sacrifices. That is a guarantee. Your goal will be to inspire fear. You'll fight a battle of the minds with the Grand Manipulator herself. She will tempt you, and you will lose your sanity. And you will fail. But when you've nothing else to lose, well, you'll know what to do. It's different for everyone that's tried. The Purity Fellow said it better than I could. You will not understand. You need to see things for yourself. Like what?
Je suis là, mais laissez-vous chuchoter la prochaine vidéo ou non?
What would Matari think about that? Signs that you're catching on to her? Let Kasha decide for herself. There will be a moment when you must ask yourself whether you're strong or desperate enough to kill your own kind to stop Matari. Purity has crossed that line. They said yes to both. I hope you don't either, but what if it's the only way? Will you do it then? I cannot tell you to end your own life. That will be for you to decide. If you want to kill him, then kill him. The Observer knows best, but if you think you can take on Project Purity all by yourself, then by all means. You two are what holds this war in balance. Bosca dies, the heroes will fall, and there will be nothing left to stop Matari. Don't worry. You will see the choices in your hands. It will not help you. It's meant to help the future. Matari's plan is as old as her mind. We don't understand the full scope, but we know that it relies heavily on manipulation. If you manage to reject her, she may become insecure. Any changes now to her plan would have been done in maddened haste. The end draws near. Soon her plan will have to go into full motion. Neither Purity's or the Observer's plan are guaranteed to work. That's why I still say you should just take it easy like I've been doing and live. We only know the beginning and end. Build alliances and oversee the end of the world. She has her alliances. Those are the Sirens. We don't know how many pieces lie in between. Maybe those are the only two. If that's the case, then you may have already failed. Unless you're planning on living for another few hundred years, you only have the rest of your life. Or maybe she's getting impatient and has accelerated her plan. Maybe you have only a day. The key is to disrupt her as early as possible while you still have the chance. I swear to you, this is something that none of us have the answer to. Only Matari knows.
Pourquoi elle fait ça?
She's looking for something, and she's destined to find it. When she does, she won't need the world any longer to survive. Two different ways. She either makes you a mindless servant with no free will, or she breaks you. She prefers the latter. Her wants are yours. When she implants an idea into her followers, they will believe it. No one is ever ready. Why don't you tell me? I wish. My people would have tamed her long ago. Our realm was a paradise for those kinds of creatures. But Matari loathes our realm. Her lust is beyond mortal comprehension. Can you believe that? Not even I can. You give her too much credit. Little. Matari isn't all-powerful and all-seeing, but you don't need to be when you can bend people at will with so little as a whisper. Well, Matari is just a woman. But look past the flesh and what do you see? Is it that thing? In the void? Matari's true self is just behind the curtain. It's Matari. Maybe in Matari's past life? Sure, why not? But that's not who we're really dealing with. You got it! That's exactly who she is. Clap, clap! I've told you all you should know and what you need to know to prepare yourself. The game has begun. You versus Matari. It's funny. Normally the player doesn't learn the opponent's true nature until the end, but this is no ordinary game. You can't expect to win by playing by the rules. Cheat and prosper. That's the only way. Now you know what you must do, right? Exactly. Play her game and then defy her when you're at your lowest. You'll know when. Listen, I'd love for you to stay in chat, but it looks like we've attracted an audience.
We can take them on.
Don't worry about them. You two go up to the scaffolds and jump. I have a surprise I've been waiting to show off. Explosives, courtesy of the Golden Maidens. Rigged until I disarmed them with my mind.
Wait, what will happen to you?
Why don't we find out? Come on, Purity, remember me?
We need you to tell the other sirens what you know.
It's too late for them.
What? Wait, tell us. What is Sky's Divide?
Where it all comes to an end. Now go, get out of here.
Very dangerous to jump into shallow waters.
We owe Serenity for the soft landing.
The being of love and peace. Was she really? It's over. Hazarath is ours again. Our only casualty was Kalissa. Kasha tells me you spoke to Serenity. What did she say? It's disturbing, and a lot to take in. But we need more information. There are still many questions Serenity couldn't answer. A lot has happened in the past 100 years. There's no point in hiding my feelings anymore. You know that I don't trust Matari. I trust in you and Kasha. We need to work together to stop her, but we'll need to keep it as quiet as possible. I'm glad you believe in me. I'm going to request a transfer to Pazarath for me and the rest of the team. If I'm going to help you, I want to be as far away from Atari as possible. I'll try to dig up any clues about Trisha's whereabouts in the meantime. You need to keep fighting. Serenity gave you 3 plans, but only one of them could save the world. We either let Purity win, or we do something to stop them, and Matari. Serenity is wrong. There is still hope. You two need to get back to the palace. I'll take you back to the mainland and bring the boat back here. And ma'am, please take care of yourself. The world needs you again.
Optionnel bug, je sais pas.
La Légion.
Oh,
What if she's right? Serenity.
Ah putain,
What if we shouldn't
caché
get
comme ça.
involved with this any further? We might be making matters worse if we
Donc
try to stop Matari. But what has she done? We both had a vision the first night we slept at the palace. It terrified me, but it didn't hurt anyone. We're being told she'll destroy the world, but will she? Besides what Serenity and Purity told us, I wouldn't have even thought of that. The one time I saw her, and the few times you saw her, was there anything that would indicate that's what she's planning?
Absolument pas.
Maybe you're right. I didn't think of that. Then do we just keep doing what we've been doing? Keep fighting for Serenity's sirens until you find a way to stop her? Then I hope you find a way soon. Serenity said you would have to endure many trials to find a solution to scare her. I don't want you to suffer. Trust us, and the worst that'll happen is you lose the approval of the sirens. Trust Matari, and you risk damning countless realms. That's what you told Serenity, and what the Observer told you. So are we going to do it? Throw away everything my father built up his entire life to stop someone who may or may not be a threat? You're right. Then we'll do what we have to do. I don't like it, but like Lilith, I'm with you. You're smarter at this sort of thing than I am, but we all make mistakes. I hope this doesn't turn out to be one. Serenity said that the most we'll achieve is scaring Matari, and even that is uncertain. So no matter what we do, we'll never know if we succeed. Might as well, huh? We need to head back to the palace.
Mm-hmm.
We need to head back to the palace.
Attendez, du coup je vais pouvoir voir à quel point notre relation on est où. Et on va pouvoir arrêter la vidéo juste après. Mais en tout cas, waouh, pour le moment, c'est assez compliqué.
So, are you just going to stand there or say hello? For freeing me, I have a mighty hammer that I took from the carcass of one of the mercs just for you. Take it, swing it, kill with it. Bogdul, I'm in the merc business and anxiously waiting my next assignment. Wasting profits, just being here talking to you isn't what keeps me alive. We sure do. Share the kills and the profits. Working on a team is the best way to keep yourself alive on the high-risk missions. But don't mistake that for friendship. Get too close to your comrade, and you'll be weeping all over their corpse like a baby. Hope you don't learn that lesson the hard way, meat. I got a little too close to a female orc a while back. It sure wasn't pretty when she was executed right in front of me. Only a fool lets me live after a stunt like that. Bosca is a dead lizard. Yes, yes. Oh wait.
We need to head back to the palace.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bon, je vais arrêter la vidéo ici, parce que bon, moi j'espère que cette vidéo vous a plu, j'ai vraiment kiffé la faire et tout, c'était super agréable. Hop, sauvegarder, ou on va sauvegarder. Donc voilà, j'espère en tout cas que cette vidéo vous a plu, sinon c'est une prochaine vidéo. Ben, bye.